Hi, so you're so going to enjoy this video and you're going to give us a big old thumbs up because everyone likes a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't already, because today we're going to be talking about Fat Records, and we have the best, yet worst, box of country records you've ever seen in your life. So stay tuned.
The best, worst box of country records?
Best, yet worst.
I think it's the worst because I've never heard of them, but it could be the best.
There's no Johnny Cash.
And there's no Willie.
Or Hank Williams.
Or Waylon. Man. You know what else today is? It's Houston's birthday, but we don't want to say that too loud. So stay tuned.
So today we're here to talk about Fat Records.
Fat Records?
Fat Records.
What about Skinny Records?
No, Fat Records.
What's a Fat Record?
Fat Records was started by Fat Mike.
Wait a minute, Houston, help us out, man. What's a Fat Record?
It's also, we have to see, it's Fat Wreck Chords.
Yeah.
So it's like wreck, like wrecking ball, and then chords like guitar chords.
Okay. Do you have any idea about this?
No, I don't. I thought fat. I didn't know it was gonna be spelled with an F. To be honest.
P-H-A-T.
Aliens.
Yeah, now smack your own ass, Houston.
Wow. You know I got that too, right, dude? It's gonna
Yeah.
be immortalized on the internet forever. So Fat Records.
Fat Records was started by Fat Mike from NoFX
Who happens to be one of your favorite bands of
Yes,
all time?
of all time.
All right.
in the 1990s, and also his wife at the time, Erin, was a huge help.
Okay.
Fat Mike had like ideas, and Aaron made them happen. That's pretty much. She'd be like, "We're gonna do this, and it's gonna be awesome." And then she'd be like, "Okay, Mike." And then Mike would go on tour, and then she'd figure it out.
And by the time he came back, he knew it all?
No, actually, he knew a lot of it before he started
He did,
his
he did.
label, because he worked for Epitaph Records.
Ah.
So, well, yeah,
Yeah.
He was good friends with Brett Gurewitz. Brett
Yeah.
Gurewitz was a big mentor.
Yeah,
So,
so
for-
he
Wait a
said,
minute, that's the dude from
From Bad Religion, and then
Okay.
ran Epitaph Records.
so he
Nice.
said that Mike luckily got to learn from their mistakes, and he already knew lots of things not to do.
Interesting. Isn't that how the best stuff is done?
Exactly.
You-
And I thought it was really cool during the 1990s. Fat Records sold 1 million records a year.
1 million records a year.
1 million records a year through the 90s.
That's a lot of skate punk.
What?
Impressive. Yeah.
That really is.
It really is.
And what years would you say that was? In the 90s?
Yeah, in the 90s.
You know what was selling in the 90s?
Grunge?
CDs.
CDs.
CDs was selling. So I mean, this guy was actually pressing vinyl.
He was present because that was
He
the
did
big
CDs
thing.
too, but he was
He did
pressing
do
vinyl.
CDs, but that was the cool thing about Fat Records. He would take these bands that he saw on tour throughout the country, and he would just press them on vinyl. That was the big thing he would do, and then get you distribution throughout the U.S. and also internationally to like Japan and Australia. They even had Fat Records offices at different points in like Canada and Japan and all that stuff, and they were
Yeah,
open.
weren't they up to 5 offices?
Yeah, they were up to like
They
five
had
offices.
5 offices and 18 employees.
That's
And
a lot of employees.
and they pretty much were open until I think it was like 2009 or so, and then they had to start downsizing because of the way the world went with
Yeah,
music.
with digital. So then they went down to 1 office and 4 or 5 employees.
The thing that's cool though, when you said about the learning from mistakes, just to kind of go down a little rabbit hole, when they started Fat Records, it was mainly just Fat Mike and Aaron at their kitchen in their apartment, stacked to the ceiling with boxes of records, and then their friend Toby. And Toby helped them kind of run errands and kind of do shippings and stuff. And then Toby eventually left and started Red Scare, which is like another largely known independent punk rock record label. It's even Teenage Bottle Rocket was originally a Red Scare band, and they were on Red Scare for a long time. And it's funny I grabbed this one. This is the first record that Teenage Bottle Rocket put out on Fat Records in 2009.
What's really cool about Fat Records is that they would have 1 album contracts,
Yes.
which was almost unheard of, because then you could continue to work with Fat Records or you could choose another label. He just wanted to get the music out. So that's really cool and
Now-
a very different way.
Now, saying that he just wanted to get the music out, there's a problem with this.
Yes.
What?
In my opinion. Now you got to figure, if you're just getting the music out, you're pressing the records, you're pressing the CDs, you're pressing your T-shirts, whatever. But when digital music came into play, I don't think he got any of those royalties.
No, I don't think so.
So he did make a lot of money on printing physical media, but they were all handshake deals.
Yeah, the one thing that's really neat about Fat Records is that it's pretty much DIY punk rock Cinderella story. You really look at Fat Mike was just a guy that played bass and wrote songs in a punk rock band, was signed to a moderately successful label like Epitaph, or very successful because at that point The Offspring had hit with Self-Esteem, which was like
You
a
gotta
radio
keep
hit.
him separated.
And got to keep him separated.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, what is it? Smash. The record was a smash hit
Yes.
on Epitaph, and then also Bad Religion got signed to a major label and yada yada yada. But Fat Mike saw this going, and he was like, I'm punk rock though. I want to be underground. And he had this little like family that he kind of created with this underground label. And they always, even though they might have not been up with some of the times with the downloads and stuff, they really have always stayed to the real independent DIY roots. I think everything's still handshake deals. It's all like one record deal, so you're not locked into a contract.
In my opinion, though, that is the best way to do it because you're not stealing from the artist.
Exactly.
You know, it's their music.
It's always been more about the artist with Fat. It wasn't just about Fat.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Right? I mean, think about it. He didn't steal any of the music from them because they retained the rights to their own
That's a good way of doing it. Yeah.
albums.
And pretty much the one thing I thought was interesting is Fat Mike's always said that all of their artists could leave at any time, and they could, I think, even release the music on a different label. But because everybody has always thought so highly of Aaron and Mike, not one artist has ever removed their catalog from Fat Records, which is really amazing.
And why would you?
Yeah, they
I
talk
mean,
about that in the documentary. Because,
what documentary?
I think it's called a Fat Wreck documentary. Yeah.
It's actually on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, you
check
can
it out
stream
if
it.
you have an account.
And it came out in 2016. And I thought it was really cool. By 2015, Fat Records had released 157 records.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were started in 1992 is when they were founded, because the first Fat Records release is technically The Longest Line, which was like it was a full-length LP EP. So there was only, I think, like 6 songs or something like that on it, but it was a full length. They like Fat Mike did like it was like a 12-inch record. And that was the first Fat Records release. Some people could fight and say that there was a record called the PMRC Can Suck on This, which was like a 7-inch record that they released in like 85, and that kind of was like the first Fat Records record. But for the one when they did their 25th anniversary,
I knew he'd ramble on. You know that, right?
I know.
But yeah,
I knew he
when
would.
they did their 25th anniversary, they pretty much talked about how 1992 is when
yeah?
the label was founded.
I got a good fun fact.
What?
Did you know he started a record label before Fat Records and it failed?
Well, yeah, pretty much. That's what I was just talking about.
I
It was
know.
like
I
this-
know. I just cut down your whole story to like 3 seconds.
It was-
So
the
But,
coolest-
but see, the thing is that I called Houston this morning and I said, so let's do this thing about Fat Records, you know, and there's a documentary. How many times have you watched it? 18? And he's like, no, only like 4. After I had to ask him 6 times because he just wasn't understanding my question.
But
it was the reception, man. The reception was.
doesn't Fat Mike have a book out, or is it NoFX's book?
NoFX has a book that's called The Hepatitis Bathtub. It's 300 pages, and when I was 21,
Doesn't that sound like a Frank Zappa name?
Yeah, it could be. Yes.
it's
yes.
a story from the
It's a
book.
great
It's a
name,
story
man.
from the book. But I read the book in a week when I was 21 in 2015. They released the book and they did a book tour. And I even met NoFX on the book tour, and I went to the concert that they did to support it. And I read the book in a week, but then they have an audiobook, which I highly recommend. If a lot of people nowadays don't read, but the audiobook is voiced by all members of the band, and I've listened to the audiobook on every single tour I've ever done with the band on those long 12, 16-hour drives, and I've listened to that 5 hours of audiobook so many
You ready
times,
for
at least
this?
20
You ready
times.
for this fun fact? I have listened to the book in my back room because of him.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I have heard 80% of the book.
There's some crazy stories in the book, too.
What do you mean when you were 21? I thought you'd been 25 for like 8 years.
All right, so realistically, since about 2009, when I entered high school, everyone's thought I was 25. So since I was 15, I guess I've just been 25. When I'm 45, they'll be like, he's 25.
Don't you wish you had these problems, Santa?
Yeah, that'd be a nice problem to have.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
I just think it's funny, though, because a lot of these people always have those, like, oh, I was such a baby. I was so young. I see my, like, freshman in high school photos, and I look 25. Like, I just...
I got a very important question. What other Fat records and CDs and things do we have in stock right now?
So what we have in store is we have one of my favorite albums of all time. This is NoFX. They've actually gotten worse live, and this is their second live record, and it's awesome.
It's a good
so
album.
funny. It's so funny. It's a great record. We have No Use for a Name, The Daily Grind, which is their first release they ever did on Fat Records. It was an EP they did before their first album. And their first album, I believe, was Leche con Carne. I can't really pronounce it. It's in Spanish. But it's like by far one of the best No Use for a Name records of all time.
I'm gonna have to order in some more Fat Record stuff.
Yeah. And then we have
It's terrible,
I
right?
know. I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
And then we have a bunch of vinyl. I guess we did. We have the first Teenage Bottle Rocket record on Fat Records.
how do you feel about that record?
Oh, this record's awesome. This is how I discovered Fat Records besides NoFX. I love this album. It's got Skate or Die on it, which is track number 1. And Skate or Die is like the quintessential Teenage Bottle Rocket song.
Nice.
And then next to I'm a big live album guy. So next to they've actually gotten worse live. One of my favorite albums of all time is No Use for a Name, Live in a Dive, which is such a good record by No Use for a Name.
Was the hepatitis bathtub in the dive that they played?
No.
Oh.
The hepatitis bathtub,
That
the long
was a
story.
NoFX one.
That's kind of, it's like an apartment that the drummer, Smelly, used to live in, and they all used to do like stuff in the bathtub, and they might have had the hepatitis and all types of stuff.
Okay.
A drummer named Smelly.
Yeah.
Smelly drank like 16 gallons of cranberry juice and somehow avoided hepatitis. And
Nice.
he drank it so much that his lips pruned. This is Teenage Bottle Rocket's second release on Fat Records, and it's great. It's called Freak Out, and it has awesome songs like Headbanger and Necronomicon, which are so good. Necronomicon is such a good song. And then also
Totally Zappa, man.
Yeah, well, even
Who
on
Killed
me.
Sensei is such a good song too.
Okay.
I want to know who killed Sensei. Oh, this is great too. This is the second album I ever bought in my life. The first record I ever bought was I bought Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols, and then I bought,
I love that. Music included.
and then this record came out in 2009. It's NoFX Frisbee, and then the CD version was called Coaster. And,
Okay.
yeah, it's a great record.
Interesting.
And then here is the NoFX Greatest Hits record, which is good for any new NoFX fan, and we have it on vinyl. And it also comes with all types of awesome liner notes that are written by Fat Mike himself, talking about the songs. And I would highly recommend this to
there's a
anybody.
lot of
Yeah, there's a
songs on
lot
there.
of songs. It comes with 2 discs.
Okay.
But yeah, Fat Records, though, it's like for being a skate punk label from the 90s, they've definitely surpassed all of their longevity. I
Well-
mean, they've gone a long time, and they're still putting out awesome music.
Recently, they've been getting into a lot of new metal.
I guess with they did release a band called Clowns, which is kind of more like harder, and they're from I think either the north, like I don't know if they're from Norway or Australia. I think they're from Australia. They're called Clowns though.
Now, they're known for having a specific sound.
Yes.
Do you agree with this?
They're known for having the D-beat skate sound, the do.
Well, that's
Okay.
because Fat Mike only signed bands that he liked.
Well, yeah, he pretty
Yeah.
much only signed bands that sounded like his band for a while, and then he kind of branched out but I mean, he found bands that are awesome that sound like NoFX. Like there's a band called like Frenzel Rom that is also from, I believe, like Australia or something like that. They're not from the U.S. And then there's the Pears, which he signed like in like 2015 or 2013, and the Pears are great. Pears came out like right after I graduated high school, and they were like,
I've had their 7 inches.
yes, the Pears are great. I love them. I've seen the Pears so many times. I'm friends with Zach on Facebook. He's an awesome dude. Zach was like
He's
so down to
one of
earth.
your 5,000 friends.
He's one of my 5,000. I'm also, what is it? Like today is my birthday, and Luke Pabich.
Wait a minute, we're not getting into that
Not in
yet.
that- But anyhow, Luke Pabich, the guitar player from Good Riddance, which is another awesome band from Fat Records.
Absolutely.
Luke Pabich and I have the same birthday. And Luke Pabich is one of my guitar heroes. He's like if Greg Ginn was a skate punk guitarist. It's awesome.
Now, if people want to know more about Fat Records, what would they do? What was the name of that documentary again?
Oh, a Fat Wreck.
A Fat Wreck.
A Fat Wreck.
And what was the name of the book?
The book is called The Hepatitis Bathtub. And man, you should watch the documentary though. There's puppets, there's all types
Yeah.
of music people. And then I would say, honestly, out of all the nonsense we've said about Fat, the most success story that ever happened is, you know, that band Rise Against that plays to like thousands of people in stadiums, thousands and thousands of people. They're like on the radio. Well, they signed to Fat Records. Fat Mike gave them a shot. He was like, this band from Chicago is really good. They kind of sound like Bad Religion, and I'm going to press their record. He pressed their first 2 albums, and then Rise Against exploded. So Fat Records has done a lot of cool stuff.
Craziest story ever.
What?
The one band drugged Fat Mike.
Oh, Western Addiction.
And he had to sign him. He had to sign him.
They were doing like a demo. Western Addiction was doing a demo, and then they put, oh man, I can't. It wasn't PCP. It was the. Oh man, it was like, it's worse than ecstasy. It's like the thing where it's
MDMA.
MDMA. They put MDMA.
Don't ask me how I know that.
They put MDMA in his vodka or something, and he had to go to his daughter's like dance recital.
Could you imagine this?
Oh, no.
They were just doing a demo for the record, and then he's like tripping balls, and he's like, "I gotta sign this band." They had enough balls to dose the record executive, like the guy that owns the record label. They drugged him.
And then he turned around and he says, "Nobody better drug me again." It's a great documentary.
Sounds it. I'm going to give it a look.
It's a fun record label. He does work hard still to this day. So look up Fat Mike, look up NoFX, look up Good Riddance, look up...
No Use for a Name.
That's right. And what was that other one? Lagwagon?
Lagwagon.
Yeah.
Fat Mike even got him to change their name. They were called Section 8.
No, I don't think you did. I think it was the hip hop group.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, you got to rewatch the documentary now,
Rewatch it.
dude.
The like
Oh, man.
All right.
hip hop group, and they were like, "Oh, we don't want to mess with them."
All right, so now let us know down below what you think of Fat Records and stuff. Goodbye. Hey, Houston, I got a very important question.
What?
Isn't today your birthday? Did
Yes!
you remind me like 16,000 times? Now you know what this is, right?
Yes. It's an ambush.
Yeah, that's right. You're getting ambushed.
Okay.
Pick out anything in the record store you want. I don't care what it is, but you got 1 minute to do it.
Okay.
You're in jazz.
Wow, you want jazz?
There you go.
Actually, I know what I want. I'm just going to get it.
Wow, look at him. He's running behind the counter. It's not too often somebody runs behind the counter. What
I'm
you
going to
get?
get this. I was going to buy it today.
All right. It's a good one.
It's the second record I ever bought, but I bought it on iTunes, so I've never owned the real record. And now I get to own it.
It's got my favorite thing on it of all time.
What?
No, you gotta turn it the other way, man.
Oh, yeah.
Music's included. Boom! You got some music. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
I hope all your dreams may come true.
Me too.
What?
World domination. Aliens.
That's right. I got something else very important to say.
What?
Don't forget, you got Houston on Dirty Rats, man. The 7-inch right here. You can order it on spinmearoundstore.com. Come on. Houston would appreciate it. It'd be like a happy birthday to him, sort of. See? I plugged you, man. All right. That's right, Santa. It's been a hard day's night.
It's been a tough day.
I've been working like a dog.
We have a few of tonight's Just Price Vinyl Records.
And they're awesome.
He knew.
Yes!
He knew.
He didn't
What?
know.
He knew.
And why are they awesome?
It's the best, worst box of country you've ever seen in your life. Because they are super duper clean. They are white label promos. They're from the late 60s to the early 80s.
Yeah!
Do you even know what that means? The best, worst box of country ever?
A lot of twang.
It means it was part of the Nashville machine. They
Wow.
put it out because it sounded country.
You know we're getting like 50 thumbs downs for this, right?
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
Okay.
Wow, dude.
We got Del Reeves, more Del Reeves, Mo Brandy, and Eddie Arnold. See,
Hey, hold on.
What?
You just tell me to stop when you hear somebody's name that you know.
Buddy Allen.
We should say mullet or
Johnny
no mullet.
I know Johnny Paycheck. You know who Johnny Paycheck is? Take this job and shove it. That's right.
I got Stella
Right.
Parton. I'm kind of hoping she's related to Dolly. Buck Owens, Tommy Overstreet, Bob Nolan, Jerry Kennedy, Melba Montgomery.
You said country. I know
Ronnie
Ronnie
Millsap.
Millsap. You know Ronnie Millsap?
And
On
wait,
the road again.
Guess what? He was live. On the road again. That was Willie Nelson. What are you
There's no
talking
Willie in this box, man. What are you talking about? Doo-doo-doo-doo.
More Ronnie Millsap, Charlie Pride.
I know Charlie Pride.
Yeah, I know who Charlie Pride is. Ray Price. More Ray Price.
I heard of him. I've
Uh-huh.
never heard anything
Kitty
though.
Wells, David Willis.
Hold on one second. You gotta tell me to stop when you hear somebody's name that you know.
Kitty Wells, I know that name.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Can you sing it?
No.
David
Man.
Willis, Bob Wills, Jim Reeves.
No, I heard of Jim
I've heard
Reeves.
Jim Reeves too.
Isn't he like Superman?
No, that's Steve Reeves.
I was close.
Close enough. Yeah.
Sure.
George Reeves? No, it was George Reeves.
No,
There
that
was
was Steve
two
Reeves.
of them.
Oh, George
There were
Reeves
two
was the
Reeves.
The
original.
original, yeah.
Mmm.
He was Christopher Reeves.
Jim Reeves.
Yeah,
Jim
Christopher Reeves. That's the one that fell off
He
the
was on
horse.
stage, so guess what? He was live. He was live.
From a stage.
From a stage.
Can't you? Aren't you excited about sooner or later you're gonna go back on stage?
Yeah, one day.
That's right.
In a long, faraway place.
Mmm.
Jim, Ed, and Helen. Jim, Ed Brown.
heard
Jack
of him.
Barlow. Mo Bandy.
I heard of Mo
I've
Bandy,
heard of
but
Mo Bandy, but that's
I
all.
couldn't tell you a single thing he sang ever.
Jim, Ed, and Helen.
I just keep it going.
Yeah.
Boom.
Roy Drusky.
Let us know down in the
Yeah.
comments if you know any
Barbara
of these
Fairchild.
singers, because I'm not going to put it in the title.
Jeannie C. Riley, because she did.
She's hot.
Yeah, and she did that. Tammy Wynette.
I know Tammy Wynette.
Tammy Wynette.
Yep,
that's-
see, we're doing all right.
Oh,
There's another one.
wait. Put your finger here. Hold it. Thank you.
Yeah.
We got Jeannie C. Riley, right?
We should-
Whoa! Hubba,
Those boots were made for walking all over dudes' nuts.
They're
She probably wore
the
them-
go-go
she
boots.
probably
That's
wore them to
right.
The Harper Valley PTA.
I
meeting.
know.
Oh man.
Right?
Wow.
Howdy.
The only song I know her.
Call her Betty
I bet
Grable.
you that was a gold record just because of that gatefold.
Uh-huh.
We
So
should
got
tell
more
some-
Jeannie, more Jeannie, more Jeannie, more Jeannie. David Rogers, Kenny
Oh,
Rogers.
Hey, I know who that is. He just died.
Unfortunately,
Ah,
gotta know when to hold them.
George Jones. The Kendalls. More Kendalls.
I heard
Claude
of the
King. Hank Thompson.
Now
Marty
listen,
Robbins.
I've heard of him.
I was looking for a CD for a lady today of Marty Robbins.
Really?
Yep.
Loretta? Is that Loretta Lynn?
I'm pretty sure that's Loretta Lynn.
Now this
Bobby
box,
Goldsboro.
this box is not going into the front of the store where it normally goes. It's going directly in to the country section. They're all priced to move, like really cheap. But,
$1.99.
but tell them the good part about this. Hold on. Tell them the good part.
They're super duper clean. Most of them are white label promos,
Radio copies,
radio copies,
timestamps,
It's really cool. It's just
country
not
that we're not
extremely
familiar with.
popular.
It's mostly from the late '60s all the way to the early
Early
'80s. So it's
Connie
just country.
Smith, more her, Sammy Smith,
But we did have room in this section.
Mel Tillis.
If we didn't, they'd all be dollared.
Yeah.
Well, 99% of it.
we
Tanya
have-
Tucker.
Tanya Tucker, a bunch of Tanya Tucker, but honestly, we have more room in the country section than we do in the dollar section at
Oh,
this point.
that ain't country.
Crystal Gale, no, she's country.
Is she?
Yep, Tammy Wynette, Varian Young.
That's why we're just getting through this thing.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Turning
Mel
and
Tillis,
burning.
Love songs. Asleep at the Wheel.
Okay.
Margot Smith. Trucking On. Truck driving music.
Nice. Truck driving music sells.
Yep.
Teddy Bear.
Teddy Bear.
Nice.
Red Sovine. That one too. Truck.
Could you believe that? Truck driving music actually sells. Records with truck drivers on them sell. It does. It's the one thing that we never.
But
Oh,
how
there
do
you
you-
go.
But it's not on here.
The true question is, how do you
Cletus.
listen
There's
to
a
a
name.
record on a truck?
Now that Johnny Paycheck, I got a funny. It's not funny at all. A Johnny Paycheck story. Johnny Paycheck is obviously the one I said earlier who sang "Take This Job and Shove It." Everybody always wanted him to play, but unfortunately he drank way too much, and they would have to keep him locked in his hotel room before a show, things like that, and he'd still somehow manage to get the alcohol and just ruin the shows.
Wow.
It was unfortunate, but everybody always came out to see him.
Truck driving songs.
On the road again.
David Frizzle.
It's the only truck driver song I know, guys. I'm sorry.
Freddie Fender.
Freddie Fender.
Since I Met You, Baby.
Interesting.
75.
All right. We already got a good poll question and everything, so we're freaking done.
Yeah.
I'm getting the heck out of here.
Who's gonna close the gate?
Not me.
I guess I'll shut it.
What? You better run after you shut that gate. What?
Oh yeah, I better.
It's all getting ready to go. I'm gonna flip through this punk. That's right. Oh, we got lots of stuff, man. Lots and lots of stuff. Matter of fact, let me go through this one because now it's a little emptier. Got some Bad Brain, some Bad Religion. Yeah, ooh, Fell Forward, of course. Anywhere, Agnostic Front, there you go. Black Flag, Black Flags. The Bouncing Souls, Jersey. Excellent. Broken Bones. Bayside, which is more pop punk. Angry Samoans, Antipasta. Alright, there's some stuff in here. Cock Sparrow, Babylon, Bay of Pigs. Let's see. Pitch Perfect. Who's that? The Bristols. Channel 3. Don't know it. Apple. Okay, definitely some stuff.
I guess I'm close to it.
Boston. Alien Sex Fiend. There you go. Coffin Break. Yeah, Butthole Surfers. Yeah, gotta have some. Whoa, what's she doing over there? Damn!
I got caught, and I thought I was gonna take my arm off.
Thought you were gonna take my gate off.
I was scared.
All right. See, where was I? I was on the Clash all the way to the back. All right. Let's see what else I need to order in from the Clash. We sold a few of them today from the actual Clash section, so it is looking a little low. Alright, there's some stuff. Info Riot. Minor Threat. Boom. Oh, Iggy and the Stewards, Raw Power. Whoa, that's completely off there. Can't believe it. My Ramones belongs over here in the Ramones section. That's what happened. Turkeys. Let me move it over now because I'm going to forget. Fix this. Rancid. That's right, I'm going through a lot of the punk since we just did a NoFX thing. Oh, I gotta go. Still 25% off until the 31st. Got some Nirvana. Just seen it. Got some more Nirvana. Body Count. It's considered hardcore. Yeah, and then we're gonna put all that away tomorrow. That's right, gotta go. Did you grab my mask? I forgot my mask. What's up, dude? It's getting dark back here, man. I'm a little concerned, man. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Wow, we gotta go. We got 1 second. Piling out.
And we made it.
Nope, no, we didn't. Not yet. Now what are they gonna do?
Now they're gonna leave us a comment and let us know what their favorite record that box was because we had some really awesome stuff. You gotta give us a like, a big old thumbs up. Because everyone likes a thumbs up because when you do good, you get good, and then you have to.
Huh?
Subscribe!
Subscribe!
What?
Subscribe.
Why?
Subscribe. Because you should.
What?
Ring that bell, ding, 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 because we do a video like this a lot, and we'll see you soon.
They'll see us soon, dude. They will.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say subscribe first so
Subscribe.
I can catch my breath.
You're breathing hard there.
You know what? I'm going home, man.
Oh,
I'm done. I'm getting out of here. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
What do you think the greatest record Fat Records has ever put out is? I gotta say it's NoFX. That's me personally. But I don't know. Because Houston's this big Screeching Weasels fan. And Pennywise fan. And probably Good Riddance to Bad Rubbish. What? Alright, and that's my thumbnail too.